Along the river during the Qingming festival is a painting by the Song Dynasty artist Zhang Zeduan. It captures the daily life of people and the landscape of the capital, Bianjing, today's Kaifeng, from the Northern Song period. The theme is often said to celebrate the festive spirit and worldly commotion at the Qingming festival, rather than the holiday's ceremonial aspects, such as tomb sweeping and prayers. Successive scenes reveal the lifestyle of all levels of the society from rich to poor, as well as different economic activities in rural areas and the city, and offer glimpses of period clothing and architecture. The painting is considered to be the most renowned work among all Chinese paintings, and it has been called China's Mona Lisa, as an artistic creation. The piece has been revered, and court artists of subsequent dynasties are made reinterpretive versions, each following the overall composition and the theme of the original but differing in details and technique. Over the centuries, the Qingming scroll was collected and kept among numerous private owners, before it eventually returned to public ownership. The painting was a particular favorite of Pui, the last emperor, who took the Song Dynasty original with him when he left Beijing. It was repurchased in 1945 and kept at the Palace Museum in the Forbidden City. The Song Dynasty original and the Qing version, in the Beijing and Taipei Palace Museums respectively, are regarded as national treasures and are exhibited only for brief periods every few years. The Song original. The scroll is 25.5 centimeters in height and 5.25 meters long. In its length there are 814 humans, 28 boats, 60 animals, 30 buildings, 20 vehicles, 8 sedan chairs, and 170 trees. The countryside and the densely populated city are the two main sections in the picture, with the river meandering through the entire length. The right section is the rural area of the city. There are crop fields and unhurried rural folk, predominantly farmers, goat herds, and pig herders, in bucolic scenery. A country path broadens into a road and joins with the city road. The left half is the urban area, which eventually leads into the city proper with the gates. Many economic activities, such as people loading cargoes onto the boat, shops, and even a tax office, can be seen in this area. People from all walks of life are depicted. Peddlers, jugglers, actors, paupers begging, monks asking for alms, fortune tellers and seers, doctors, innkeepers, teachers, millers, metalworkers, carpenters, masons, and official scholars from all ranks. Outside the city proper, there are businesses of all kinds, selling wine, grain, second-hand goods, cookware, bows and arrows, lanterns, musical instruments, gold and silver, ornaments, dyed fabrics, paintings, medicine, needles, and artifacts, as well as many restaurants. The vendors extend all along the Great Bridge, called the Rainbow Bridge, or, more rarely, the Chang Chu Bridge, where the Great Bridge crosses the river as the center and main focus of the scroll. A great commotion animates the people on the bridge. A boat approaches at an awkward angle with its mast not completely lowered, threatening to crash into the bridge. The crowds on the bridge and along the riverside are shouting and gesturing toward the boat. Someone near the apex of the bridge lowers a rope to the outstretched arms of the crew below. In addition to the shops and diners, there are inns, temples, private residences, and official buildings varying in grandeur and style, from huts to mansions with grand front and backyards. People and commodities are transported by various modes: wheeled wagons, beasts of labor, sedan chairs, and chariots. The river is packed with fishing boats and passenger-carrying ferries, with men at the river bank, pulling the larger ships. Many of these details are roughly corroborated by Song Dynasty writings, principally the Dongjing Menghualu, which describes many of the same features of life in the capital. Exhibition. In a rare move, the Song original was exhibited in Hong Kong from June 29 to mid-August 2007 to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Hong Kong's transfer to the People's Republic of China. It is estimated that the costs of shipping the painting ran into tens of millions of dollars, in addition to an undisclosed cost of insuring this piece of priceless art. From January 2 to 24, 2012, the painting was exhibited in the Tokyo National Museum as the centerpiece of a special exhibition to mark the 40th anniversary of normalized diplomatic relations between China and Japan, with the Japanese museum officials providing the highest security standards for the work. Remakes. The original painting is celebrated as the most famed work of art from the Song dynasty. It was a pride of the personal imperial collections of emperors for centuries. Due to its high artistic reputation, it has inspired several works of art that revived and updated the style of the original. An early remake, generally considered to be very faithful to the original, was made by Zhao Mengfu during the Yuan dynasty. Another notable remake was painted during the Ming dynasty. This version has a length of 6.7 meters, longer than the original. It also replaced the scenery from the Song dynasty to that of the Ming dynasty based on contemporary fashions and customs, updating the costumes worn by the characters and the styles of vehicles. The Song wooden bridge is replaced with a stone bridge in the Ming remake. The arc of the stone bridge is much taller than that of the wooden original, and where the original had a boat about to crash into the bridge, the reinterpretation has a boat being methodically guided under the bridge by ropes, pulled by men ashore. Several other large boats dutifully waiting their turn, undisturbed. Another version by 5 Qing dynasty court painters was presented to the Qianlong Emperor on January 15, 1737. This version, shown below, was later moved, along with many other artifacts, to the National Palace Museum in Taipei in 1949. There are many more people, over 4,000, in the Qing remake, which also is much larger. The leftmost third of this version is within the palace, with buildings and people appearing refined and elegant. Most people within the castle are women, with some well-dressed officials. On the contrary, in the original Song version, the leftmost side is still the busy city. Associated poem in April 1742. A poem was added to the rightmost end of the Qing remake. The poem apparently was composed by the Qianlong Emperor. The calligraphy is in the running script style, and is in the hand of Liang Shizheng, a prominent court official and frequent companion of the Qianlong Emperor. The poem reads as follows. Digital version for a 3-month period in the World Expo 2010 presented at the China Pavilion. The original painting was remade into a 3D animated, viewer interactive digital version, titled River of Wisdom, about 30 times the size of the original scroll. The computer-animated mural, with moving characters and objects and portraying the scene in 4-minute day-to-night cycles, was one of the primary exhibitions in the Chinese pavilion, drawing queues up to 2 hours with a reservation. Elaborate computer animation gives life to in the painting. After the expo, the digital version was on display at the Asia World Expo in Hong Kong from November 9 to 29, 2010, where it was a major commercial success. It was then exhibited at the Macau Dome in Macau from March 25 to April 14, 2011. The digital painting also traveled to Taiwan and displayed at the Expo Dome in Taipei from July 1 to September 4, 2011. From December 7, 2011 to February 6, 2012, in an exhibition titled A Moving Masterpiece. The Song Dynasty as Living Art. The digital reproduction was exhibited at the Singapore Expo Gallery. Translations of the title. Scholars have disputed the accuracy of the translation of the painting's name. The word Qingming may refer to either the Qingming festival or to peace and order. Several translations have been used by various scholars, such as Going Upriver on the Qingming Festival, Life Along the Bayan River at the Qingming Festival, Life Along the Bayan River at the Pure Brightness Festival, Riverside Scene at Qingming Festival, Upper River during Qingming Festival, Spring Festival on the River, Spring Festival along the river, or alternatively, Peace reigns over the river. during the late 1960s, when the Taipei Palace Museum released a series of books, videos, and stamps about the scroll. It was translated simply and loosely as a City of Cathay. Analysis. Traditionally, three things have been accepted about the original painting. The city depicted is Kaifeng. It was painted before the fall of the Northern Song Dynasty in 1127. It depicts the Qingming festival. Some recent scholarship challenges all three of those assertions. The city depicted is an idealized non-existent city. It was painted after the fall of the Northern Song Dynasty in 1127. It depicts a scene in early autumn. In 2003, a further interpretation was presented. The city depicted is indeed Kaifeng. It depicts a day in the Qingming solar term of the Chinese calendar, but not the Qingming festival itself. The wooden bridge depicted in the original version would later be rebuilt by a team of engineers and documented by the PBS television show Nova during their Secrets of Lost Empires series.